everybody, it's Nancy coming back to you from my kitchen. I've had a lot of requests this week. People are asking me how to make a turkey and stuffing. I will tell you what, turkey is one of the easiest things to cook. I'm going to show you today how to cook a turkey and the bonus of how to make the stuffing. Also pretty doggone easy. So come on into my kitchen and be ready to impress everybody for Thanksgiving dinner. So first things first, let's gather everything together that we need. First of all, obviously, you're going to need a turkey. I love my blue speckled enamel roasting pan. These are the best for roasting anything really, but especially turkeys and chickens. So if you ever see these at garage sales, or you can buy them new too, don't pass it up. These are the best, and it will cut the cooking time off of your turkey or whatever you're cooking. You're going to need some kind of stuffing. Stuffing bread cubes. You can dry your own bread and make cubes, or buy the pre-seasoned ones, which I typically do. A couple apples. I had some fresh sage still from my garden, so I'm going to chop that up and add that. An onion, some celery, a couple eggs, some butter, salt, pepper, and here's the secret ingredient. Besides the apples, that's one secret ingredient. The other secret ingredient is sausage. So if you live in Western New York, the best meat, really, I feel like in Western New York from grocers is Dash's. And Dash's at this time of year has breakfast pork sausage with sage made specifically for people to use as stuffing. So I don't work for Dash's. I'm not representing Dash's, but I will tell you, they got great meat there. My kids are telling me my cooking videos are too long for social media, so I'll try to speed it up. But first, you're going to start by chopping up your onion and celery and apples and putting them in separate bowls. Here I am in Wonder Woman mode, dicing and slicing onions, celery, and apples, and composting the parts I'm not using. Composting is easy. Just throw the stuff in a pile in your garden, and you too can compost. Let's get back to the recipe. I'm going to start by sauteing about a half a stick of butter with my chopped up onion. Let that cook until it starts to get translucent. Then I'm going to add in the celery and apples. That's looking good. Now I'm going to add in the celery and the apples. Let those cook for a few minutes. And while that's cooking, I'm going to trim up these sage leaves. I cut off the hard, stalky part of the leaf and just saving the soft leaves to chop up. And I'll add those at the very end after it's done cooking. While that's cooking, I'm going to start getting this other part ready. So I mixed up my couple of eggs, and I'm going to add about, I don't know, 2-3 cups of water. I really don't measure for this. See if I feel, kind of stir that up. And I'm going to add, this particular stuffing mix came with the bread separate from a packet of spices, which probably is a lot of salt. So I don't know if I'm going to add all that, but I'm going to add some of that in, and then I'm going to throw in the breadcrumbs to get those to soften up a bit. Yeah, I started to pour this in. Honestly, it just looks like a lot of salt to me. So I'm not going to put all of that in right now, and then I'll add the crumbs too. I'm going to just give that a little stir. That looks about right. I'm going to dump that in with the bread. At this point, I'm going to add in the pork sausage into the empty pan. I'm going to put in about 3/4 of a pound. While the sausage is cooking, I'm going to finish putting all this together. I forgot my other magic ingredient is a little Parmigiano Romano cheese. I'm going to go ahead and add that chopped up fresh sage at this point. And I'm not going to add any salt because I really feel like there was a lot of salt in that mix, but I am going to add some pepper. And fresh ground is better, but because I'm holding my phone in one hand, I'm going to just dump in some already ground pepper. That looks good. Okay, give that a little stir. And then that sausage, once it's done getting browned, I am going to add that. And then I think we're done. I'll just double check my ingredient list to make sure I didn't forget something, because I do tend to forget things. If you like really, really moist stuffing, you can add more water. Another cup, another 2 cups, whatever floats your boat. All right, so just getting this nice and brown. Sit there for a few minutes. All right, this is just about done. Just gonna fry this up a little more until it's all cooked through. And this is really beautiful pork sausage, and there's not even any really any fat to drain or anything. So I'm just gonna finish sauteing this, and then I will throw it right in with our breading and all the other ingredients. Then up next, getting our turkey ready. Easy as can be. Now I'm just going to dump this sausage in and stir everything up. And there is our stuffing. You're going to want to make your stuffing the day that you're making your turkey. So if you're making your turkey for Thanksgiving Day, in the morning, you're going to make your stuffing, and then you're going to get your bird ready, and then you're going to stuff your bird, and then you're going to put it right in the oven. You're not going to want to like stuff your bird the night before and put it in the fridge or something like that, because then you're inviting all kinds of bacteria, and I'm no food scientist, but I know that's something that you don't want to do. Oopsie. The stuffing should only have 1 egg, not 2. I realized that after I finished making the stuffing. That's why you measure twice, cut once. Same thing with recipes. Okay, so here comes the fun part. I'm going to get this turkey out of this packaging. I usually use just a pair of kitchen scissors and cut the packaging off. So, and then I'm going to dump the bird right into the pan that I'm going to cook it. Whoops, there we go. Look at that little guy. All right, so this is the kind of gross part. Bleh. Now is where the fun begins. So first of all, there's usually some kind of a like weird thing holding all the little leg parts together. So first I'm going to get that out, and that to me is like the hardest thing, because they make these like, gosh, such a contraption. So you just gotta kind of dig. So while I'm doing this, let me say a word about frozen turkeys. You need to be getting your turkey, if your turkey's frozen, you need to be getting that into your fridge to thaw out by, like, if you're doing it for Thursday, I mean, like, by, like, Monday even. Oh, my God, this is so hard to get out. This is the part I struggle with. I don't know if you can see, it's like a Houdini contraption that is, like, impossible to get off. Oh, my gosh. Ouch. Okay, got that. All right, we're getting there. Anyway, if you try to cook your turkey frozen, you are going to be in such trouble. So don't even think about doing it. And you know, this turkey is a little bit frozen inside. So that is, I'm not loving that. So I'm going to run some water in this because there's like frozen ice inside the turkey. I thought I bought a fresh turkey. And now I'm seeing I did not buy a fresh turkey. It was frozen. I'm a little annoyed about that, but anyway. Okay, So I'm just going to run some water in this to get this icy part out in the middle. If you still have a frozen turkey and it's like the day before Thanksgiving, you can put it in your sink and run water over it slowly, like nonstop. That's supposed to be like a way that's okay to do it. These are like some gizzardy things. I don't use them. I'm going to save them for my son, who's the chef, because he'll do something with it, maybe. I'm just going to put those to the side. And then also, let's see here. Yeah, this is frozen in here. Usually you'll find like the neck stuffed in one end or the other. You can pull that out, and you can cook all these things and eat them, but I don't. So just get rid of them or give them away or throw them out. I still can't get this thing out of here. Oh my gosh. You know, I think I usually make my husband do this part. Oh, got it. I'm just going to rinse this out with cool water. And pull out any other chunks of ice. There's some chunks of ice in here. I'm going to pull those out. So you really, when you're ready to cook your bird, you want it to be completely defrosted. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I rinsed it out in the pan. All the frozen parts are out. Drain it as much as I can. Give it a little shake. I'm sorry, my vegan friends, don't watch. All right, throw that in there. I'm going to dump out the water. So now I got my bird. All the weird parts are out of the inside of the bird. And I'm going to lay it down in my pan. And you want the breast side to be up. Now what I like to use is these little guys. You can buy these in packages at the grocery store. They're little turkey skewer guys. And I'm going to use this to pin up the turkey as I'm stuffing it. Oh, just to be clear about which way to put the turkey. Breast side up. This is the breast side. And you'll know it's the right side because the little wing guys will be pointing up and the little leg guys will be up on top. Okay, so now we're going to get the stuffing, and the way I do it is I just grab big fistfuls of stuffing and shove it in there. Isn't that a lovely concept? So you don't want to overstuff it. You just want to fill it till it's filled. Now, here's the tricky part where you're going to get these little, needle guys, and you're going to just stick it through. I'm going to do this and show you at the same time. I'm just going to stick it through this bottom part here and try to like attach the skin. Now, normally there's more skin. I'm not digging the way they sold me this turkey with not enough skin on it. So you have something to sew. But anyway, just kind of shove it all together, put your little needles in, and you're sewing them up. Probably some like delicate art to this that I'm not aware of. You can post that in the comments if you got some tips on how to do this better. Okay, also fit some stuffing on the other end. All right. Now this guy, get him back on his back. Okay. I think I want to put one more little needle in here. So then when the turkey's done, you know, you're going to go through and pull out all the needles, obviously, before you start slicing it up and everything. So, okay. There we go. So now, I'm going to go wash my hands again. Okay. So at this point, you're going to want to put some kind of oil on your bird. You could use olive oil. I use butter. But I'm just going to put some chunks of butter. I'm actually going to take this other half a stick of butter that I didn't use in the stuffing. And I'm just going to cut up little chunks and put it whoops, put it all over the bird. And then I'm gonna salt and pepper the top of it. And then we're ready to put it in the oven. Some people like to melt the butter and spread it on with a brush. I'm like, why bother? And just cut up these little pieces and stick them on here. It works for me. All right. Going to wash my hands again. Okay. Throw some salt. And fresh ground pepper. Oh, it's heavy. All right, in it goes. Now, what to do with, I have a little bit of leftover stuffing that didn't fit in the bird. I'm just gonna put it in the casserole dish and cook it separately. And that will give us a little bit of extra stuffing. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna put this in the fridge for now. I'll cook it later. And now we wait. Okay, so I just pulled it out of the oven. It cooked for 3.5 hours. Ooh, look at that, beautiful. Color looks lovely. I do love it when the turkeys have the little red thing that pops out to tell you when it's done, but I'm going to use my handy dandy thermometer, and I think they say 160 is good. And what do we got here? Ooh, 200. Oh boy, it's gonna be one dry turkey. I probably should pull this out about an hour ago, but I was on a Zoom conference call. And so, unfortunately, the turkey got cooked too much. At this point, I'm going to just let this rest for a little while, and then we'll scoop it out of the pan, scoop all the stuffing out, and start cutting up the bird. You can see the leg fell off. That is a sure sign of an overcooked bird. Gotta remember to pull all these little guys out. Then I will pull out the stuffing, put that to the side, and then we'll start cutting up the bird. Sorry for the abrupt ending to the video. I planned on carving it, doing a little carving demo, but then it was getting late and we wanted to be ready for Thursday night football. So anyway, you can check somebody else's video to see how to carve the turkey. So let's have a little talk about stuffing the turkey versus not stuffing the turkey. Everybody's screaming, don't stuff the turkey, you'll get salmonella, blah, blah, blah. I've been stuffing my turkey my entire life and nobody's ever gotten sick. With that said, I always cook the ingredients to the stuffing first, like, pre-cooking the sausage completely, etc., etc. And then I pretty much cook the hell out of the bird. Probably overcook it, but you need to get that temperature of the bird and the stuffing up to, I guess they say 165, which I think is a little too hot, but that's what they say. So, clean utensils, clean hands, fresh food. All these things are really essential to making food that is safe to eat. And again, I'm not a food scientist, but these are the things that I try to follow and that I would suggest you try to follow too. So, if you want to make the stuffing separately and cook it separately to be extra safe, do that. You do you. I do stuff the bird and, no one's ever gotten sick. So I feel like if I follow all those rules, it's a chance I'm willing to take. Let me know what other recipes you'd like to see before Thanksgiving. I'm going to post a couple more this week. I'm definitely going to do fresh cranberries because that is so easy. If you don't know how to do that, you should. And probably I'll post a pie recipe too. But anyway, happy cooking.